What's up, everybody? Mr. OG Games here, and today I wanted to give you guys sort of a little rundown on where I'm at, but more so how to be as strong as you possibly can, even when you're little. Little meaning I'm only a level 23, but that doesn't mean I cannot hang with T9s, being that I have T8s. Now, when it comes to the T10s, I really can't. Well, if it's a weak T10 setup, then yes, I can possibly hang with them, but definitely T9. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a tour on what I've got going on and what makes me able to hang with some people that are just that much little stronger me as far as troop setup is concerned. So the first thing that I'd always recommend to do, and I've shared it on past videos, is to make sure you keep everything leveled up. And as you can see, I just turned 23 like maybe a few days back, so I've already worked on the major buildings. I'll start doing not so much some barracks until I get to 26, but definitely the technology. That's all buildings that you want to keep up at the highest level to get the maximum benefits. And then of course things that go with those main buildings, for instance like the training grounds and let me show you here, your medic stations. As you can see, I can use a couple levels on those as well. Mainly do those for the tech up event and the strongest week when you have that. But yeah, so let's get started. I just wanted to give you a quick rundown, show you guys what I'm working with and how it makes me a little more competitive for only having T8. So go in here, we're going to do an overview. Having the right equipment is key, and not only having your equipment leveled up, but it's also about having extensions on your equipment. So let's take a quick look. We'll do an overview. Just look at everything here real quick. As you can see, now when it comes to my setup, I go for what's going to benefit me most. I leave farming, gathering to farms. I focus everything on really three things, and that's going to be attack, it's going to be attack increase, your boosts, and then of course with extensions I'm going to go for mainly the same thing, boost and attacks. Now when it comes to your officers, and I'll show you in a minute, I try to get some what I call debuffs, which is reduced damage, reduced attack, and so forth, and that's going to keep you in the fight. So right now, your ranged attack is your main attack, and you can see I've got that just with the equipment at 18.8, mid-ranged attack at 21, and then your meat shield, or your melee attack, I try to keep somewhat in the vicinity of that. You can see that's at 18.8. The other defense, a lot of these are just tag-alongs, they come with it. The other thing that I really try to push out is not so much march speed, because you're going to speed across the map anyway. You want to try to keep your HPs up if possible, if not sacrificing on attack. That way your troops will last in the fight that much longer. Healing speed, that kind of comes with it more or less. Increased max wounded limit, that sort of comes with it. But my main thing is my strength, and that's what keeps me in a fight that much longer, and also the max units there. Now if you look at the extensions, I focus on all extensions that are going to help me in just those categories. So I'm not building all over the place, I'm keeping all my stuff consistent. So here's some extensions, and you can see my melee attack 21.6, mid-range attack 21.6 and ranged attack 21.6. The other stuff, I'm working a little bit on the HP, and I think that a lot of that has to do with some of this equipment that I have down here at the level 2s. That's more so defense. I'm saving all those for last. This will be my next piece to raise to 3, and that'll help me with the HPs there, getting them up. Now, another thing is having the right officers in the right locations. So we'll take a look at my officers here real quick. I try to keep them leveled up as much as possible in startup. I'm really hoping to get some more stars for old Panda Jack here, because the long range troop attack, that'll take that up more so for me. But as you can see, I've got some upgrades on him that I can do, and a lot of others as well. But most of these, they're fully upgraded until I get a star up. So I'm working on that. But if we take a look at this as well, I'd have a couple different focuses I do on this. One would be the tech research. You can see that percentage. I've focused a lot on that. Steel boost, just because you're going to have that with certain directors anyway. So why not take advantage of getting that, being that you're not geared necessarily towards that. Your resource output boost. The next in the strategy category, I'm going for army size boost, my recruitment speed, and my wounded ratio are what my main focus is. Recruitment speed, so I can just push out troops that much faster, and of course army size boost, we know what that gives. Now when it comes to warfare, it bleeds over from my equipment. As you can see, I'm focused on ranged attack, that big attack boost at 15.82%. Then my melee HPs, my melee attack, and then right here in the middle, this is another big one you want to work on as well. Your increased damage to long range troops, mid range troops, melee troops, and then there's that reduced damage taken from long range troops. So just to give you an idea where I'm at as a total, if I go into the academy, I'll just go into some research to show you. Not really much has opened up for me, being that I'm now 23. But you can see I've got a few little spots here to fill, and for the most part I can do maybe a couple more levels until I get up to 25, I believe it is. So I try to stay maxed on all the tech, because that's what's going to keep you in the fight as well. Now, taking a look at my overall, and yes, right now I'm not training troops because I'm about to level up another building, and then I'll of course get back on that troop training bandwagon. But if we go in, we'll just look at the stats here. Melee attack at 124, then my mid-range attack at 121, and my ranged attack at 153. So I've been going up against people. Anytime I go up against a level 22 or lower, I always, in 95% of the time, have the upper hand with the setup that I use as well. Just because I've worked on this tech, I've got the officers in the right spot, the equipment going with the extensions on those, and I'm just able to muster up more than anybody of my equivalent size or smaller. Now when it comes to people at 26 to 29 with the T9s, the 26s, 27s, I can about hang with that. They do have the opportunity at that level to have more tech than me, which will sort of cap out when they get 27, about 28 and over is where I get kind of out of my league if the player has set their stuff up right. So that's sort of my cap. And now I have been up against some people that were 28s, and I've come out victorious because I don't think they had a clue on what to do as far as setup and as far as working on their tech. They were just more concerned about getting their haul to look so big and bad, but that's not the way to go. But back to it, you can see the increased damage. Every percentage you can get on that greatly helps, and also the reduced damage taken. It just takes away from what the enemy may have, so I mean, say if they're all right, we'll use mine for instance. Their ranged attack is 153. Well, I've got reduced damage taken from ranged troops at 4.7. That's like they're hitting me with a 148 and some change, 149. So it does take an account and help you out just that ever so slightly amount. Zombie troops, I really haven't seen much help with those, honestly. And ever since that, I've reached the point where I can no longer even grow with her. She's done. I'm more so just getting the tech points and adding those up. I'm trying them in attack right now to see if they can make any kind of a difference in that front line. But that's my stats. That's what I'm working with as a newly become 23 haul. And really, I won't be able to get any big power increases unless I get some good officer recruitments. If I'm lucky enough to get a good couple of those to get some good stars up, or unless I get to 25 where I can get my tech that much higher. But that's the goal. That's what's keeping me in the fight right now as a 23, letting me hang with some of the guys with the T9s. And right now it's working out. I'm slowly progressing, and we'll see how long it takes me to get to where I am up there with the T9s and T10s. But if you guys like the video, smash the thumbs up button, and if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, y'all keep gaming, and I'll see you in the next one.